Hi there, welcome. This is a touchdown tournament. This is Pro Division. This is qualification rounds. Did a -6, so I want to put out some opening and the final rounds. So let's get started here. This is a par 4. This here hole we played at plus 20% elevation, and we went with the Thor's hammer here because it's got a high accuracy. And if you happen to great ball it left or right, yeah, you're apt to be less in trouble than you would be if you use an extra mile. So if you got an extra mile or a Thor's hammer 4 or 5, I believe they play the same yardage here. They might not. I could check that right now. This is a Thor's 5. Yeah, this one here is 3 yards further than the extra or Thor's hammer 4. So you can still get away with Thor's hammer 4. You're just going to have to give a little bit more overpower than I give it with my 5 here. You can see we're pretty much bottom of the circle overpower. So that's what I do is I'd use the Thor's hammer here if you got a Thor's hammer 4 and above. It's a good club to use here. So once again, let's play at 20% elevation. You can see what I use for overpower. You can see what I use for side spin. I went 2.5 back, I believe. Thor's 5. I had the white pretty much starting point on the left-hand side of the rough patch there, just in case you hit great ball. Bottom of overpower, that's hole number 1. We'll catch you on hole 2. All right, we're back for hole 2. This is a par 3. We played this at 1.2 top spin, full left spin with a navigator. Power 1 ball, navigator cuts down the wind. It's got a wind resistance of 2. So once again, 1.2 top, full left. We want to run this ball guide so it's going to run right into the hole there. You can see we're moving it to the right so that it's got that natural curl, that roll on the green. Seems to be a bit of a funnel there, and it's rolling right into the cup. We got the yellow just at the edge of the rough there, and we're playing this at plus 10%. Downhill shot and max distance of your club. Just make sure you hit perfect, and you got yourself a hole on 1. So that is hole 2, and we'll catch you on hole 3. All right, we're back for hole 3. This is a par 5. Let's take a look and see what we did here. We used a it's just quasar a navigator. We went with a navigator, cuts down the wind for the second shot. Try to stay away with too much topspin here. You'll be rolling past that pad we're trying to hit on the second pad there. If you give it too much topspin, you'll roll off it into the rough. So our starting point is the white touched in the rough on the left hand side here. And I believe we moved it back a little bit, just a little bit from maximum distance. We give it full curl. Like I said, 3 to 4 top spin. You can mark down your yardage because it kind of helps you for the next shot. I think we're looking for about 336 yards. 345, that'll still play. So let's take a look at the second shot. All right, this is the second shot. This here shot's actually been played at 0% elevation. But we go with 1.5 side spin, about 4 back spin. Just trying to line this hole right up directly at the hole, right in the hole, basically, the tip of the ball guide. And we may have played this at maximum distance. And we hit perfect. So it went left of the hole. We might have to tweak this and just have the ball guide favoring the right hand part of the hole next time around. But that's it. Still an easy eagle for hole number 3. We'll catch you on the 4th hole. All right, we're back for hole number 4. this here hole, we played this at plus 10% elevation. And we're going to go with the big topper here. What I tend to do here is look at the wind. 6.6 wind. This plays nicely. We're going with as much top as possible, and we're going with 1.5 right spin with a Titan ball. So I noticed a big topper 5 works very nice here. Big topper 6 has plus 2 yards, so you're going to have to be careful with that. With a big topper 6, 5.7 miles per hour, big topper 6 works nice, but if you got 7 miles per hour, that's too much wind. So you're probably going to have to move your starting point, your target, back a ring. Like I said, it's 2 yards further than this one. With this one here, it works nicely. 6.3 miles per hour wind works nice. 6.6 miles per hour wind works good. With this particular shot, it'll set you up for a nice, very easy eagle chip there. So that's hole 4. We'll see you on hole 5. All right, we're back. This is hole 5, par 3. Let's take a look and see what we did. We're going with a navigator, I believe, again here. Cut down the wind. Navigator's good for that, especially if you're going to use a cheap ball like this. We're going with 1.5 back, full right. We're playing this at plus 20%. And what you may have seen is we got a severe crosswind here. So what I did is I didn't line the ball guide up with a hole. I lined it over to the center of the dark square to accommodate for that side wind, that crosswind. Otherwise, I'd have to play this at a lot higher percentage. So I went with 20% elevation. Let's take another look. And like I said, I played at 1.5 back, full right spin with a navigator, 6.8 miles per hour, 7.5 miles per hour. I might work here too, because I also tried it at 7.5, but I moved it too far over. You can see the tip of the ball guide where it's going. It's pretty much the center of that dark aisle of squares there. So I moved it that far over from the hole at 6.8 miles per hour. I believe 6.8 to 7.5 would work in that particular spot. Like I said, I tried 7.5 by moving it over to about the left-hand side of that dark row of squares, and it was too much. So it works nicely if you get this particular wind. Good luck with that hole. We'll catch you on the 6th.